Hello, this is pickup number 7 on the 5th of May 2010. Don't know, I told you the date. I'm just winging it. Yeah, pickups. Got a few. Again, like as I seem to be doing a lot recently, nice and varied. Or nothing spectacular, nothing that will blow your mind. But don't let that put you off. Don't turn off. It's worth worth watching. I think maybe. That's up to you, really, isn't it? I suppose. Basically, mostly games, a few varied formats, and something else, an accessory, and a bit of a rant if I can fit it in. So I'll get on to it. Did my recent PS2 collection, and in it I mentioned a game that I've been playing quite a bit recently. It's a shmup, and it's called Homura. Really enjoy it. The only problem with my copy was that the disc was knackered. It did work, but it was really, really rough. And it worked, but that you could the PS2 was really gunning it, really sort of revving it to get it to work, and also that the music was sort of choppy and cuts out all the time. So I wasn't really happy with that copy. So I noticed, for some bizarre reason, there were no copies in the whole of the UK in Computer Exchange, bar 4 copies in Camden, near where I live. I don't know there's something weird about that. I've noticed they get all these rare shmups in that branch that never appear anywhere else, even on eBay. There's been 3 copies of Giga Generations. You rarely see on eBay. You rarely see in the Computer Exchange. But in the last, say, 6 months, there have been 3 copies, all in that Camden branch. So I reckon there's some sort of portal to another universe where shmups that are rare here are plentiful, and somehow they come through there. Now I've got this. So I had 2 copies, and I pulled a fast one, a bit cheeky. I swapped this good one because it's good, it's complete, and it's almost perfect. I swapped it with my Duff one and took that one. Pulled a fast one, took it back to my local Computer Exchange and told them that it wasn't up to scratch, and they took it. Bit cheeky, yeah. But no, they took it, and I've got a credit note. So I feel a bit bad about doing that because they're quite a nice bunch in there. But right, some game shops, they're just dickheads. But like I said, I feel a bit bad about that, trying to pull the wool over their eyes. On my local game, there's a guy who's worked in there for years, and he only works weekends now. And he's a dickhead. He's just a moron. He's got a really loud voice. You can hear him talking from right over the other side of the shop. And I've always thought he's a prat. And I found out recently that his actual day job now, his main job, he teaches jiu-jitsu at London Shoot Fighters, an MMA gym. So fucking hell, it's not fair. He's an idiot, but if it came down to it, he'd kick my ass. That's the point I'm trying to make. Isn't that always the way? Next one, really nice game actually. I tried it out. It's really nice. It's only cost me £1. You should be able to get this dirt cheap. It's Mark of Cree. Should be able to get this dirt cheap. It looks quite cartoony. It's got really nice artwork, and the control system's really intuitive as well. It's nice and varied. It's a really underrated game actually. Should be able to get it dirt cheap. It's slightly stealthy combat. Sort of slightly fantasy Metal Gear Solid sort of thing. Sort of. Game station in Camden. Went down now. I've been there recently a few times. and went down there, and they had quite a few PS1 games, and I've been there recently, and I passed up buying Skull Monkeys, and it's only that afterwards I found out that it's quite collectible. And it's not a bad game. It's some people say otherwise, but I've read some good reviews. But I passed it up, and I was just regretted it ever since. So when I went down this time, I saw this. I've just noticed that Footloose 2005 has got this in his collection, and I thought I'll take a punt on it. It was $2.99, and it's not rare. I took a punt thinking it might be, but it's not. It's maybe worth maybe twice that on eBay, but not a bad game. It's a 2D platformer where you're like a scientist that gets transformed into a spider, and you can adapt the spider's limbs for weapons and things. I've not played much of it. I have given it a go, but pretty good. $2.99. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, the one with the holographic sort of front. Again, $2.99. This is a game. It wasn't as much of a punt as that one or the others. I've got two more. So because this has got a good rep. This is one I remember from when I first had a PS1. So I didn't really have to think too hard about that. Again, that was $2.99. These next two, I'll tell you the price first off, because this is the major thing. 1p. These were 1p. And one of them in particular I got because the case was brilliant. So I thought, even if the game's shit, I'll use it as a replacement case. First one, Mass Destruction. The case, I've already swapped the case out, so this is looking a bit rough, needs a bit of a clean. And this is a brilliant game. This is going to be my next. Gameplay video. It's basically so it's an early. No, 97. It's not that early. It's basically Desert Strike with tanks, but it looks rough as arseholes. This is really nasty looking game, but just the controls are actually pretty good. And it's called Mass Destruction. It cost me 1p. It's sort of the bargain of the century. It's funny. It's got almost like not quite a porn soundtrack. It's sort of bass. It's sort of bassy, sort of funky, bassy soundtrack. And it's just really cheesy. It's basically about blowing shit up in a tank. And you'll see more when I do my gameplay video, because I'm going to do one. Overblood. I played a demo of this. When I first had my PS1 originally, and it's sort of like a poor man's sci-fi Resident Evil with sort of some gameplay quirks. Sort of tries to be creative, but doesn't quite match its pretensions. It can't quite. It tries to be creative, but the game falls down. But I'll give it a go. I can remember. You're basically a man, a woman, and a robot, and you have to coordinate to solve these puzzles. In this, you're a man who's poisoned, I think, and you have to find an antidote, and you've got to time it. Yeah, those two, 1p. So that's £6 for 4 PS1 games. 1p. I don't know. It's not really. You can't really think about it. 1p. Next one. This is a few days ago. $4.95. Oh, shit. I'm not doing it again. I'm not starting again. Not editing that out. $4.95 from Blockbuster. Gears of War. I have mentioned to people that I wouldn't get the first one because I bought the second one, and they said there's no point in getting the first one. But I think I've changed my mind. It's $4.95, and this is a good copy. I've noticed that 360 boxes don't age well. They're often really battered and nasty. And I thought this is a good, decent, nice, clean copy. So I thought, why not? Gears of War. And this one I bought yesterday, Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. I've been looking for this for ages. Got this in game. It was in 4 for 10 actually, but there was absolutely nothing else. There wasn't really even much of a selection, and I should have got it on its own. It's for $4.99, and it's a really nice compilation of all the Street Fighter Alpha games. Can it go wrong? Apologies to any Scottish people. That was supposed to be a Scottish accent, but just came out. Sorry. And call me a mug, but I paid $14.99 for this from Curry's because I did have an HDMI cable before, and I got it from Amazon from some seller, and it was some no brand, and it was shit. Didn't work. So I bought this just to have some sort of, you know, this should work, shouldn't it? But I'm gonna have it's one of them cases you have a bastard getting into. It's gonna be a bitch to get into this one. I've got the block for the if I ever want to hook it up to a sound system. So, you know, $14.99. I know HDMI cables can be dirt cheap, but I didn't want to take the risk like I did with the last one because that was dirt cheap and it was shit. So, yeah, that's my pickups. I'm going to redo my channel intro, and I'm going to have another film video coming up soon. So, stay tuned for them. Thanks for watching, peeps.